Alright, what's good with y'all niggas, bruh? It's Don Coolio coming at y'all with another video. Now, in this video, we finna be playing Storm Connections again, even though I don't know if y'all really like Storm Connections like that based off the last video. But I've been playing it recently, so I'm like, you know what, why the hell not? Let me go ahead and get some more content on Storm Connections. Let's see if I can kind of make it a little amusing. But I wanted to really get on here and talk to that, as you can see by the title. I wanted to get on here and talk about, I wanted to talk about whether it was the player base or whether it was the community or whether it was the devs teams that's over the game, right? And this is in my opinion, this is a frequent argument that's when it comes to anime fight, when it comes to video games in general, a lot of people argue nah, it's the player base, nah, it's the company because they enabled the player base to be able to fight like this, right? And then some people just think it's a little bit of both. Honestly, personally, I can see it being either way. I can see it being the player base or the devs, but if I'm being honest, I gotta lean more towards the devs, bro. Because, put it like this, for example, y'all watching Storm Connections right now, y'all gonna see me fighting against bro right here and other people in this video, and they gonna be beating me simply just by doing spamming jutsus and just doing look, just pay attention to what's happening right here, bro. Just pay attention. I'm not sure whether I won or lost it, but this is how people play on video games now. This is what people do. You feel me? This is how people play these games, and it's because people can sit here and say, well, the community's doing this, the community's doing that, right? But at the end of the day, the community wouldn't be able to play certain ways if the devs didn't enable them to play that way, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I understand there's certain mistakes that's in the game, but when it comes to Storm Connections, right, they wanted this game to be a little bit more fast-paced. They wanted jutsus. They wanted you to be able to use jutsus more, it seems like. And, obviously, that make it to where your chakra meter goes up real fast. In my opinion, it's I mess with it. I see where they were going with it. But I don't think they was thinking about the downsides of that, right? Why would you want a game where people are just spamming jutsu, But at the same, I don't know. I just feel as though they really, when it comes to games nowadays, not even just Storm Connections, I just feel as though it be the devs. You can sit here, like I said, you can sit here and say that the community is the reason as to why all these games are failing because the community wants to do this, the community want to do that. But the only way the community is going to be able to play that way is if the dev teams, the producers of the game, enable them to do that. Like I said, y'all seen how bro was just playing, and I want y'all, as y'all seen before this match, this dude that I'm finna fight right here was on a 5-game win streak, and watch a 5-game win streak, and watch how he plays me the entire match, bro. Y'all pay attention. But back to the topic, like I said, it's not just something that's with Storm Connections. We can look at something like Sparking Zero, for example, right? Sparking Zero, they made the conscious decision to stray away from how things were in the last game, where we had key sickness. You get punished for doing everything you did has some type of effect. Whether it was let's say you went sparking mode, you would get key sickness, right? Let's say you use aftermath shot, you would get key sickness. Let's say you did certain moves, you would be able to get punished every single time for those moves, right? Let's say, bro, if anything, I shouldn't have to go down the list. Anybody that plays these games know what I'm talking about, right? When it comes to these games, the devs, for whatever reason, thought that, let me change this about the last game, even though nobody complained about it. Nobody thought it was bad, and there was an initial reason as to why it wasn't like this in the last game. Let me go ahead and change it to something else that I want it to be like, that we want it to be like. We want to make this change, not because we think that y'all gonna like it, but because we just want to make this change for whatever reason, right? And I just don't understand it, bro. I just don't understand it. Like I said, I enjoy Storm Connections more simply online because it's the connection seems to be a little bit more stable when I'm fighting. It seems like it's a little bit less laggy. They do have some positives. Like I said, it's some positive changes with Sparking Zero. For example, the graphics, right? I think it's cool that you can revenge counter and that you not only living based off of super counter. I think it's cool that you got perception or super perception. I think that's cool. However, I think it's bad that a lot of those things are spammable and they can be used in situations that aren't ideal, and they can also leave you open sometimes. Like I said, you can revenge counter somebody knocking you to the ground, and for whatever reason, you revenge counter punching in a direction that they're not even standing. And that's garbage. You know what I'm saying? That's something right there, like I said, that's been in the game for a long time, I'm pretty sure. And they just haven't patched it. And that'd be another one of the problems. Like I said, we can sit here and say that it's the player base all we want. right? We can sit here and say, oh, these players did this, these players did that, and I understand that frame of thought. And even with the Bleach game, you saying that they didn't have ranked on there for the longest time because they wanted to see how players was going to play so they could patch certain stuff out the game, which is cool, right? However, we've been playing Spark and Zero, and whoever's still been playing Connections, I just started back playing it a little while ago. But we've been playing Spark and Zero for months. But these niggas have been seeing the same problems in the game for the longest time. Meanwhile, they are not doing anything about it. They not doing anything about it, bro. We sit here and we've been dealing with the same problems for months. We've been dealing with the same problems for months, bro. For months. You know, like I said, I just, at this point, it's like we can sit here and we can blame players. We can blame players for playing a certain type of way that they play. However, at the end of the day, they are being enabled by the dev teams at these companies. For one, we can sit here and always say that. Two, we can say it simply because the stuff is in the game. But even if you want to get in the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, everybody make mistakes. It's always going to be mistakes in games, and that's true. It's always going to be certain stuff in games that's not supposed to be there, and that's why they get fixed immediately, right? Why are we sitting here for months on Spark and Zero, and even when it comes to a game like Storm Connections, we were sitting here for months waiting for an update and a patch for stuff that should have already been, that was easy, simple to patch, bro. Like I said, but we've been sitting here dealing with the terrible tracking on Spark and Zero for months. For months, we've been sitting here dealing with that. We've been sitting here dealing with all sorts of stuff on Spark and Zero for months, bro. Like I said, and that's not even just with games. That's not even just with Spark and Zero, Storm Connections. That's with a lot of different games, bro. Why do you think all these games be dying so fast, bro? You feel me? And and that's one thing I can say about Bleach Rebirth of Souls, even though I don't play that game, bro. I had a lot of people in the comment section talking about, oh, bro. Like, for example, this dude right here. Matter of fact, we gonna call this nigga the comment of the day. Cause I don't think we did comment of the day. Did we do comment of the day yesterday? I'm not even sure, but I know we ain't did it today. So let's get to it. So boom, we got Jiren the Great. Rebirth of Soul is being handled way better than Spark and Zero. By having people pay $100 for a beta test, this guy makes no sense. His hate for a game that he covers constantly is both confusing and illogical. Now, when have bro, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna just be real with y'all, bro. If y'all think me sitting here speaking my mind on a game that clearly deserves to be spoken on like a Spark and Zero is me hating on the game, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Obviously, I can't hate a game too much if I sit here and play it, especially for content for y'all basically every day. I play that game almost every day for real. Well, actually, I don't play it every day because I got content backed up if I'm being honest with y'all. But basically every day, obviously, I just care about the game and want the game to be great. Now, to speak on what he said about Rebirth of Souls, he said that like Rebirth of Souls is supposedly a beta test, and people paid $100 for a beta test. Now watch this dude. I want y'all to peep this nigga from the Rage Crew right here. Watch this. But nah, I ain't even mean to use my O right there. But nah, like he said people paid $100 for a beta test, and I'm pretty sure he's talking about Rebirth of Souls. First of all, bro, people can sit here. First of all, it's been a meme going for a long time that the first form of Spark and Zero that we got, and even now, it's still not the full form of Spark and Zero. So if you just sit here and call Rebirth of Souls a beta test that people bought for $100, it's kind of crazy. Honestly, if I'm being real, it's almost like you contradicting yourself, because you calling Rebirth of Souls a beta test that people paid $100 for, even though I don't know anybody that paid $100 for that game. Maybe I'm tripping. I didn't even know it was a $100 edition for that game, but most people, I can guarantee you that almost the majority of people that bought Spark and Zero bought the $100 edition, bro. And that game was nowhere near finished. And he said something in the comment section talking about some, bro, the game dropped without a rank and this, that, and the third. Bro, shut up, bro. Shut up. You seen Spark and Zero drop with a rank mode and y'all seen what happened to it. Nobody's playing it no more. Y'all name me another video game that's a multiplayer game that dropped that had over 100,000 people on there. Probably like 300,000 people on there at launch if we combine all the different platforms. And now that mud down to like 1,000 on Steam and probably 1,000 to 2,000 on PlayStation and Xbox, bro. Probably less on Xbox, if I'm being honest. Y'all tell me another game that's done that. And you want to sit here and wonder why I sit here and I be talking about the game, bro. The game is if the game wasn't trash, if the game didn't have the same glaring issues that I talk about all the time, if everybody would still be playing it. Everybody's still playing Street Fighter 6. If I go look at the numbers for Street Fighter 6, bro, that game is going amazing right now. I'm finna start playing that game, bro. That's what I hope y'all do realize, and I'm finna start playing that game. I hope y'all do know that. Now I want y'all to peep how this dude playing too. Watch the moment I'm finna kill him, watch what he start doing, bro. The moment he's finna die, just peep, bro. And this is why I say, bro, like, this game is over a year old and it's still possible just to, like, play as weird as niggas do on here, bro. It's just still possible. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't want to sit here and talk too much stuff about the game because, like I said, the way Storm Connections is right now is a lot better. Like, it's almost a complete night and day from where it was, but it still has just certain issues that, like I said, I gotta blame the devs because obviously they wanted the game to be played in the way that it is being played. You know what I'm saying? Like in the jutsu spamming type of way. You know, like this dude, he wasn't as bad as that the dude. I think right before this, that dude that was using Adult Sasuke. Now that nigga was forcing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. That nigga was forcing. But nah, though, man. Like I said, bro, I don't know. Like I said, I have nothing against Sparking Zero. I love Sparking Zero, and I'm gonna continue to play it. However, I'm not finna be some delusional goofy like Jiren the Gay. Or I said Jiren the Gay. That's crazy. I'm about to start calling that nigga that. Jiren the Gay. I'm not finna be some delusional goofy like Jiren the Gay and sit here and just meat ride a game that clearly has problems, bro, that the devs obviously don't care about, bro. We haven't got nothing. We haven't got no note. You seen the people that's over Rebirth for Souls gave them a note and let them know, like, oh no, we see what's happening. We want y'all to know we see what's happening. There's gonna be something happening soon to deal with it. If we got that from Sparking Zero, bro, if we was at least getting notes, like let's say we had got like 3 to 4 notes this whole time telling them, like, or that them telling us like, oh, you know, we see the problems in here. You know, these are the problems that we see, and we gonna fix this in the next patch. Now, if the patch may not be anytime soon, but we letting y'all know that we got you. See, even just something as simple as that would shut me up. You feel me? You feel me? But you got people out here like Jiren the Gay who will sit here and just defend the game for no reason. And I can guarantee you, I can almost 100% guarantee you, he's one of the people that be on the game that exploit the game. That's the reason why everybody left. He's one of those people, bro. He's one of those people that the devs enabled to play that way. He's one of the people. That's why he act like that. It ain't that, bro. I promise you, bro. It's rare that there's anybody in my comment section. It's rare that there's somebody that comes to my comment section that sit here and like actually plays normally and like basically disagrees with majority of stuff I say. It's always a nigga that's a spammer or something like that, bro. It's always one of them. And I don't, honestly, I find it's like I want to say I find it funny, but I mean it makes sense though. If we being logical, it makes sense. But like I said, now you seeing this dude right here, he resorted from playing normal to just starting to spam jutsu the whole time. You feel me? That's why your stuff got glitched right there. That's what you get. But yeah, man, y'all let me know down in the comment section. Do y'all think that it's the devs or do y'all think that it's the people, like the people playing the game? You know, because at the end of the day, like I said, you can sit here and you can blame the players. But it's saying when you blaming the players, you gotta blame the people that made the game, because without them making the game in certain ways, the players wouldn't be able to play that way. At least that's how I like to think about it. But at the end of the day, these players are still consciously choosing to play as weird as possible at times, bro. But you can't do nothing about it. You know, all you can do is just hope they patch it, and that's with any game. And that's what's sad about it, bro. That's what's sad. You know, I feel as though all the past few anime games that we done got that been rushed out. All of them, even Bleach Rebirth of Souls, you know, as you know, sad as that one may be, that was a game that I'm pretty sure was rushed out. Now, are they doing a much better job at patching certain things and paying attention to the community? Yeah, they are. And I know a lot of people may disagree with that. It might be a handful of people that disagree with that. And I gotta be honest with y'all, bro. Sparking Zero, it has not come, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that note that Bleach Rebirth of Souls put out, that was literally like a we got y'all type of note, bro. That was a we got y'all type of note. We see what y'all saying. We hear you. We hear you, bro. That's what that was. They didn't have to say nothing about rank, but they did. You know, they didn't have to do that. And that's literally within the first couple weeks of the game. That's within the first couple weeks of the game that they did that. Meanwhile, on Sparking Zero, when the game first came out and DP Battle was having all these different, you know, people exploiting, what's it called? Yajirobe. You know, all these different exploits that was in the game, like even just on singles with people spamming, instant sparking, spamming after image strike, bro, for months. Matter of fact, the only thing that they did something about was Yajirobe. That was it. And they didn't say anything about anyone else. They didn't say nothing about anything else until the next patch, bro, which was in December, like around the tournament, bro. It's almost like, and I don't understand it, but like I said, we got to realize that Sparking Zero is the type of game. It's a big game, bro. Like, it was a real big game, so they don't really like if we being honest, we know they don't care as much about doing what we want them to do as we, as they should. We know that. However, it's almost like that. It's almost like they don't have to, because if you pay attention, the only times they've passed this game was in crucial moments. And when I say crucial, I don't mean moments where the game was finna die. I mean moments where a tournament was happening, like AKA the first part, the tournament in December, where people was just using androids flying up and down. People got banned from the tournament, yada, yada, yada. They didn't patch anything until around that time. Until the tournament was finna start. Right before the tournament started. It was either right before the tournament started or right towards the end of the tournament, around that time. And then we didn't get another patch until Beast Gohan dropped. So like I said, these niggas are not, bro, they are not worried, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We're not getting no real patches unless something is happening. Unless something is finna drop, we not getting no patch until that said thing drops. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know how to feel about that, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, bro. Because it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like that's kind of not genuine. I don't know. I just feel like it's not as genuine because it's like, okay, we just gonna get to it when we get to it. We gonna do it whenever we want to do it. We gonna do it whenever we drop this DLC. We not gonna do it when it's a real problem and whenever it's causing people real problems on the game and making people to stop playing the game. We're not gonna do it then. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drop it when the DLC drops. We're gonna just give you everything we want to give it to you, not whenever you need it. Not whenever the game needs it. And I just, that in my head, that's just kind of crazy, bro. I'm sorry. That's just kind of crazy to me, bro. This is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all see how cutscene that nigga had to go ahead get. I had to end the video off with a cutscene. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had to, bro. I was trying to get one the whole match, bro. Or the whole time I was playing, I was trying to get one. But yeah, man, like I said, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about that. Like, what do y'all think about them waiting to patch the game every single time it's something major finna happen with the game, like a DLC or a tournament or something like that? Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I feel like that's just kind of disingenuous. I feel like this just not genuine. It doesn't show a real form of care. Like I said, we got the Rebirth of Souls team, but they patching it a couple weeks of the game. They ain't getting nothing. And it's not like they just patched one character, Yajirobe, but they went in and patched a lot of different stuff. From what people were saying in my comment section of the reaction video I made to Kaizen Kuma video, people were saying like, oh no, they really took out all the cheese. I remember in the video, I was so like not faithful in the team because they are, the game is produced by Bandai. I had so little faith in them, bro. If you go back and watch the video, I literally was like, bro, do you really think they finna patch everything and fix this game for real? No. They gonna leave something in there. They not patching everything, and that's in the video. If you go back and watch, I literally said that, and I'm gonna be a man right here and tell y'all straight up, dog, I was wrong. Apparently they did. They real life patched everything in that game, bro. And I'm gonna say this to y'all right now, bro. I'm gonna give y'all my word. A couple weeks from now, bro, 2-3 weeks, maybe not even that. If they continue doing stuff like that with this game, they continue talking to the community, I might go ahead and cop that game simply just because they show that they care about it, bro. Literally, I promise I will, bro. Mark my word, because people been asking me to get it, bro. Even though I don't really want to, if they doing that, that's gonna kind of sway me to get it, bro. If I'm being real with you, because I ain't gonna lie, like playing Sparking Zero and dealing with the dev teams that's over this game, it's it got me turned off to playing real anime games. But like I'm gonna be real, like I be playing Storm, but I don't even be wanting to play. I don't even be wanting to, like, bro, Sparking Zero got me to the point I don't even want to play the game no more. I don't even be wanting to play the game for real, bro. Unless my niggas ask me to get on, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to. If AP not on, bro, I damn near don't want to play Sparking Zero. If some niggas like if Weez and them not on, I damn near don't even want to play Sparking Zero, bro. If somebody's not asking me to play in a player match that I know is gonna play me normally, even if they sweat boxes, bro, I don't care. Just don't cheese me. You feel me? I don't care. Just don't cheese me, bro. Like, it's cool if you want to win, but don't do everything in your power to win. You feel me? Like, don't be sitting here spamming stuff. You feel me? That's the type of stuff. It's like, bro, I'm not finna play that, bro. Nobody want to play against that. Who would? But that's enough about that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the stuff I was saying in this video. Shout out to Jiren the Gay for that comment that he made. That was pure comedy. That was pure comedy. We call him Jiren the Gay from now on, cause he always be commenting on my videos saying some goofy shit. So like I said, we gonna have to change his name to Jiren the Gay, cause clearly he is something wrong with him. Clearly he has some type of, I don't know, some feminine energy going on with it for him to be sitting here just constantly in my comments saying stuff that don't make sense. $100 beta game. Like, bro, what? Like, Sparking Zero didn't come out with basically the same issues, if not more issues. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, shout out to him. But yeah, like I said, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this video and the stuff I was saying in this video. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And Don Coolio out, bruh.